I believe no one expected it. 29 seconds into the fight, and it was over. A karate prodigy once hailed as the future of MMA flatlined in front of the world. So, how did a golden boy lose it all in under half a minute, born into combat? Sage Northcutt wasn't your average kid. He was practically engineered for martial arts. Born in 1996 in Texas, he grew up in a family where fighting was part of the DNA. His father, Mark Northcutt, was a professional bodybuilder and a martial artist, so punching bags and protein shakes surrounded Sage before he could even read. By the age of 4, he was already throwing kicks with precision. Not long after, he began dominating the youth circuit. By the time he was 9, he'd racked up over 50 youth championship titles across various disciplines. Flips, spinning kicks, forms, you name it, he mastered it. He wasn't just talented, he was a prodigy. By his early teens, Sage wasn't just a name in Texas. He was recognized globally in the sport of karate. Cameras loved him, audiences cheered for him, and coaches knew this kid was special. America's martial arts wonder kid.
Put your hands together for Super Sage Northcutt!
Put this into perspective. Sage Northcutt wasn't just good at karate, he was elite. By the time he turned 18, he had already claimed 77 youth world championships across a range of martial arts disciplines. That's not a typo. 77. His name was plastered on the cover of Sport Karate magazine, and his flashy skills were all over YouTube. But it wasn't just about what he could do, it was how he looked doing it. With a chiseled jawline, spiky blonde hair, and muscles that looked straight out of a superhero comic, Sage looked like Captain America's younger cousin and moved like a Marvel stunt double. And just as the influencer era was beginning to take off, Sage was already there. His Instagram exploded with fans. He wasn't just a fighter, he was a brand, a marketable machine of speed, style, and charisma. Everyone thought they were witnessing the rise of the next global MMA superstar. Welcome to the UFC.
He is Dana White making his way into the octagon to congratulate.
Great fight, kid. Great fight. Much respect.
Everything changed in 2015 when Dana White spotted Sage during the reality show Dana White's Looking for a Fight. At just 19 years old, he was undefeated, clean-cut, ridiculously athletic, and had a toothpaste commercial smile that could sell out shelves of protein powder. Dana saw dollar signs and charisma, so the UFC signed him on the spot and put him on the big stage. UFC 192. Sage's debut, pure fireworks. He blitzed his opponent and finished the fight in just 57 seconds. The crowd went wild. Broadcasters couldn't stop talking. Twitter lit up with future champ hype. It was the kind of debut that screams superstar. Sage wasn't just fighting, he was performing. But beneath all the buzz and six-pack admiration, some people weren't buying the hype. Critics questioned his experience. Fighters whispered he was too green. Was this kid the real deal, or just a shiny product wrapped in UFC marketing gold? The hype machine. Sage's UFC career took off like a rocket, maybe a little too fast for its own good. He had the whole package movie star looks, insane athleticism, major sponsorships, a smile that screamed mainstream appeal. The UFC pushed him hard, hyping him like a future champion after just a few fights. He was doing media tours, modeling gigs, and promotional shoots. But the truth, he was still raw. MMA veterans and purists started side-eyeing the hype. Is this kid being protected? They wondered. His early matchups didn't seem like the toughest competition. Was Sage the next big thing, or just a flashy product being packaged and sold? The doubts grew louder with each fight. Sure, he was exciting, but MMA isn't about highlight reels. It's about grinding through adversity. And many believed the UFC's golden boy hadn't yet been tested. Not really. The cracks were small, but they were starting to show. First taste of humility. Then came Bryan Barberena, a guy with zero hype, no flashy persona, just raw grit and durability. In January 2016, the UFC threw Sage into what they thought was a winnable matchup. But Barberena had other plans. He weathered Sage's early offense and dragged the fight into deeper waters. In the second round, Barberena took him down and locked in an arm triangle choke. Sage tapped. It was over. Just like that, the shine dimmed. The crowd was stunned. This wasn't supposed to happen to the UFC's rising star. Sage looked frustrated, confused, and human. The internet exploded. Critics felt justified. And even Dana White admitted they may have pushed him too fast. That night wasn't just a loss. It was the moment the Sage Northcutt bubble officially popped. Another brutal loss.
I wanted to play the bad guy a little bit for this. I was like, there's no way you'd be the nice guy with Sage. He's not going to do it. But it came out in the fight. And, you saw how the fight went down.
Later that year, Sage faced Mickey Gall, another rising star. And again, the result was the same. Taken down, controlled, submitted. This time, even faster. His weaknesses were out in the open. No longer the UFC's golden boy, Sage went from next big thing to overhyped prospect in a matter of months, rebuilding his game.
In the world of mixed martial arts, there are few fighters that were as highly touted.
But Sage didn't run. He kept training. He doubled down on wrestling and jiu-jitsu. He switched camps, learned from different coaches, and most importantly, he matured. He picked up a few more UFC wins and showed real improvement. He was evolving. And just when fans were warming back up to him, his contract ended. New horizons in Asia.
Sage, you don't have your fight booked yet.
May 17th in Singapore, and looking forward to it. It's gonna be great.
Instead of staying in the UFC, Sage made a bold move. He signed with One Championship, Asia's fastest-growing MMA promotion. It was a fresh start, new environment, new fan base. He moved to Singapore, trained at Evolve MMA, and surrounded himself with world-class fighters. It looked like Sage 2.0 was about to explode. The matchup that changed everything.
But I believe that's my last fight. And guys, my friends for around the world, thank you very much for everything.
His debut in ONE was against Cosmo Alexandre, a decorated Muay Thai world champion. On paper, it looked mismatched. Cosmo was a seasoned knockout artist. Sage was still learning how to defend against elite-level strikers. But the show had to go on. And on May 17th, 2019, the cage door shut. The 29-second nightmare, 29 seconds. That's all it took for everything to go sideways. In his highly anticipated One Championship debut, Sage Northcutt faced Cosmo Alexandre, a seasoned striker with serious power. And then, boom. Cosmo landed a right hand so devastating, Sage crumbled instantly, knocked out cold. But this wasn't just another KO. It was carnage. Sage suffered 8 facial fractures from that single punch. His face was literally broken. He needed 9 hours of surgery and multiple titanium plates to piece it back together. The MMA world was stunned. What was supposed to be a fresh start turned into one of the most brutal and heartbreaking debut losses in modern MMA history, from hospital bed to comeback trail. The journey back wasn't just about healing bones. It was about rebuilding a broken dream. After that devastating KO, Sage disappeared from the spotlight. Social media, silent, public appearances, gone. He was recovering, physically and emotionally. Chewing, speaking, and smiling all had to be relearned. Training was off the table for months, but Sage wasn't done. Behind the scenes, he was grinding, quietly sharpening his ground game, fixing the holes that had been exposed, and rebuilding the machine that once dominated youth martial arts. The MMA world started to whisper, was he done? But Sage, he never said if. It was always when. And deep down, fans hoped that the karate prodigy still had more fight left in him, redemption and what comes next. Fast forward to 2023, 4 years after that devastating knockout, and Sage Northcutt made his long-awaited return. He stepped into the one championship cage with a point to prove. His opponent, Ahmed Mujtaba. Expectations were mixed. Was Sage still that prodigy, or had time passed him by? Then, boom, a heel hook, quick, clean, and decisive. Not a flashy strike or spinning kick, but a submission, the very thing that once exposed him. In just 39 seconds, he flipped the narrative. From KO victim to comeback king. That's not just a win, that's evolution. And at 28, Sage Northcutt's journey feels like it's just entering a new chapter. The prodigy's not done yet. What do you think? Will Sage Northcutt rise again and reach the top of MMA? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear what you believe. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a like, hit subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Until next time, stay sharp and keep fighting your own battles.